The year was 1602, and the seas churned with the ambitions of empires. The Dutch Republic, a fledgling power seeking to carve its place in the world, found itself locked in a bitter struggle with the Portuguese Empire, the seasoned masters of the spice trade. The Dutch-Portuguese War was not merely a conflict of arms. It was a battle of commerce, strategy, and survival, spanning continents and oceans in a relentless pursuit of dominance over the lucrative trade routes of the East Indies. In Amsterdam, the air buzzed with the fervor of new beginnings. The Dutch East India Company, VOC, had recently been established, its mission clear: to wrest control of the spice trade from the Portuguese and establish Dutch supremacy in the East. Among the ranks of its eager recruits was Jan van der Meer, a young merchant turned sailor, whose dreams of fortune and adventure burned brighter than the North Star. He had left behind the comforts of home, driven by the promise of wealth and the thrill of the unknown. The Portuguese, however, were not to be underestimated. For over a century, they had ruled the seas, their ships laden with pepper, nutmeg, and cloves, treasures that had made Lisbon the envy of Europe. They were fiercely protective of their trade routes, and their naval prowess was legendary. Commanding one of their fleets was Captain Diogo Ferreira, a seasoned mariner, whose loyalty to the Portuguese crown was matched only by his determination to crush the Dutch upstarts. The opening salvos of the war were fired in the waters of Southeast Asia. The Dutch, under the leadership of Admiral Jacob van Heemskerk, launched a series of daring raids on Portuguese ports and ships. Jan van der Meer, aboard the VOC flagship Mauritius, quickly learned the harsh realities of naval warfare. The battles were brutal, with cannonballs tearing through wood and flesh alike, the air thick with smoke and the cries of the wounded. Jan's resolve was tested, but his spirit remained unbroken. In 1606, the conflict reached a fever pitch with the siege of Malacca. The Portuguese stronghold was a linchpin in their trade network, and its capture was vital for Dutch ambitions. The siege was a grueling affair, with the Dutch forces facing fierce resistance from the Portuguese defenders. Jan, now a seasoned sailor, found himself in the thick of the action. The stench of gunpowder and the roar of cannon fire became his new reality as he fought to secure a foothold for the Dutch. Meanwhile, in Lisbon, Captain Diogo Ferreira received orders to reinforce Malacca. His fleet, laden with reinforcements and supplies, set sail with the hopes of breaking the siege. The journey was fraught with peril, as Dutch ships patrolled the waters, ready to intercept any Portuguese vessels. The two fleets eventually clashed in the Strait of Malacca, in a battle that would determine the fate of the region. The confrontation was epic in scale, with dozens of ships locked in a deadly dance of maneuvers and cannon fire. Jan van der Meer, aboard the Mauritius, fought with a ferocity born of desperation. The sea turned red with the blood of fallen sailors as the battle raged on. In the end, the Dutch emerged victorious, their superior tactics and unyielding determination tipping the scales in their favor. Malacca fell shortly thereafter, marking a turning point in the war. As the conflict dragged on, both sides suffered heavy losses. The Portuguese, stretched thin by their commitments in Europe and the Americas, struggled to maintain their hold on the East Indies. The Dutch, fueled by their resolve and the resources of the VOC, steadily gained ground. Jan van der Meer rose through the ranks, his exploits earning him a reputation as a fearless and cunning leader. By 1611, the war had reached its conclusion. The Treaty of The Hague formalized a tenuous peace between the two powers, with the Dutch securing key territories and trade routes in the East Indies. The Portuguese, though weakened, retained control of Brazil and parts of Africa, ensuring their continued influence on the world stage. For Jan van der Meer, the end of the war marked the beginning of a new chapter. He returned to Amsterdam a hero, his name etched into the annals of Dutch history. Yet, the memories of the conflict lingered, a reminder of the cost of ambition and the sacrifices made in the pursuit of glory. Captain Diogo Ferreira, now a veteran of countless battles, retired to Lisbon, his dreams of Portuguese dominance tempered by the realities of a changing world. The Dutch-Portuguese War was a testament to the relentless march of history, where empires clashed and the tides of fortune shifted with the winds. It was a war that reshaped the world, its echoes reverberating through the centuries as a reminder of the indomitable human spirit and the unyielding quest for power and progress.